Hi. So it's pretty long that I was able to share some thought on this particular channel of how to make our country a better democratic country. And this thought came to me very frankly. Somebody asked me a question yesterday about the role of media. And we all know that media is considered to be the fourth pillar of democracy. Now, what is the problem of India or maybe any other big democratic country? I cannot claim that I know everything. So once you are the fourth pillar of democracy, and it is supposed to be like that, then you cannot be sponsored. So what I'm trying to say by the word sponsored is media, which is playing such an important role now, be it print, be it electronics, be it digital, pure, but ultimately they have to survive. For survive, they have to get revenue. The revenue is not given by the government. So the revenue they have to get from the same corporates or sometimes the political parties which they are supposed to thrash openly, honestly, for the benefit of the public, isn't it? So such a confusing situation. You are supposed to thrash, you are supposed to bring wrongdoings of the people with from whom only you need to get your sponsorships to run your channels, to run your newspapers. So that is a very tricky situation. And I always say that there is only one more profession which I have discussed before also, maybe in the same channel, which are chartered accountants and company secretaries. So what I know about chartered accountants, these are governed by Government of India, and of course they are knowledgeable, of course they know the inside, but there is hardly anything for which a MBA you are supposed to get a sign of an MBA or a MCA or an engineer. But chartered accountants have been given this authority by the government that when an accountant has made all the accounts and everything which any accountant can make, then the stamp of CA has some value, because Government of India expect that a chartered accountant, when he is putting his stamp on a statutory audit or internal audit, he is actually taking the responsibility from the behalf or of the company to the government, that I have personally checked everything and this company is running smoothly as well as accounts are concerned, isn't it? That is the job of that accountant. Similarly, but ultimately what happens, these big private companies, they are supposed to hire these accounting firms, and there is competition in accounting firms also. So then if some accounting firm is giving me too much of trouble, I will change that next year or next to next year, right? So I will change my statutory auditor. So I always say that if India really need to make a big change, I think Indian government has to, if you are making chartered accountants to be such a powerful people, then it has to be clearly governed. Maybe the number of CAs that are made in a year has to be fixed, so that number of CA firms which are existing has to be fixed, and maybe every CA firm should be given some kind of a same kind of business, so that they don't have to fight with each other for business. Because whenever in a market two people are fighting for business, then definitely customer is the king, right? And in this case the customers are the corporates, so they can make a chartered accountant do or firm whatever they wish to do. Similarly, in case of media, which is a fourth pillar of democracy, how can a media guy ask tough questions, because he knows the other people are the same guys who are going to give you advertisement revenue. More than that, especially in the recent scenario when you have these debates in the evening, I always wonder, a political party person is coming to get thrashed by the media person willingly, right? So a media person also can ask a tough questions only to a certain limit, because if you go beyond that limit, then the political person will stop coming to your show, and then your show TRP will go down. Because let's say you are having a debate in the evening and there is no BJP person or there is no Congress person or there is no third party person, then anyway the charm of that debate will go. So such a tricky situation, I will say, the media journalists have, because if they ask too many tough questions, the guys will not come to answer your questions. If you are not asking tough questions, anyway you are just making the joke of the entire situation. Because sometimes I wonder, everybody knows that India has huge shortage of vaccines, but every day the same discussion happens and there is no conclusion ever. Central government representatives easily throw the things back on state governments. State governments go after the central governments. Where the fact of the matter, everybody knows that there is a limit of the vaccine supply. So I'm saying there are sometimes such obvious issues, and still we are having debates which goes at length for the very simple reason that you have to do these debates to run your channels, and the people that you are supposed to bring out their shortcomings, you are supposed to thrash them, are actually your sponsors and advertisers. So very, very bad situation. I think same is the audit firms, the same problem they have, the same problem I think the media have. So these are 2-3 people who were supposed to take money from the same guys whom they are supposed to thrash. That's the issue, and I don't know. I think good intelligent people need to come out with some solutions to take care of this situation. Thank you.